SpongeBob SquarePants. Da 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 da. Yo, we are here. We are live. I always put these on the wrong screen, bro. I have got to learn how to prioritize my screen usage, man. I kid you not. Sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes you just start talking and you think you got everything all in order, but you don't. But it's okay. It is okay. Sometimes you have to accept the fact that you're just not going to have everything in order. You just got to make sure you are moving. Because once you're moving, you're going in the right direction. Oh, my gosh. This feels so good. As soon as I see that red light hit the camera, I channel a whole... As soon as I see that red light hit the camera, I channel a whole new level of energy. Like I didn't even know existed. Like that's the funny part about this. Sometimes I'll be deadbeat tired, and I see that camera. I'm like, oh, it's showtime. We got to work like we mean it. You know, I got to just make sure everything's moving cohesively. Let me check the live stream. Let me make sure everything's going on all platforms. Let me make sure everything's all copacetic on all platforms. And of course, it's Instagram that's giving me the complications. Would it be another great episode? Would it even be worthy if I didn't forget to, if I forgot to copy the stream key? Like, honestly speaking, if I didn't forget this part, it would be weird. That's why I got to make a big whiteboard. I got to make a big whiteboard on my to-do list. Like, yo, because I kid you not, trying to maintain like 5 jobs and be an independent contractor and like trying to get your business off the ground and being a parent, I kid you not, some things are just going to hit the wayside. And I'll be honest with you guys, I give my wife so much criticism for forgetting things sometimes. And I'm like, yo, how do you forget this? But then I realize I do a show every single day, and I still manage to forget what I'm supposed to be doing, or at least the protocol to getting the show started. I get dumb. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Something about it is just once I'm in this chair and after I'm thinking about my son, thinking about my life, thinking about everything I got going on, oh my gosh. The one thing that's not on my mind is, did I copy the stream key over? But we've gotten better nonetheless, so I'm always happy about that. Let me make sure this is all going. Let me flip that. There we go. One day I'm going to take a picture. Actually, I should take a picture today. I'm going to take a picture today so you guys can see like what it takes to make this operation all go afloat. Like you probably notice right now like how I awkwardly put this doggone microphone underneath my arms. This is not my usual steez, but this is what we on today. This is what was given to me, so I'm just going to go ahead and rock with it. I'm going to accept that. It's fine. You know, it's all good. Do I have enable comments? We got disable comments. We all good. Listen. What's going on, G? Nice seeing you. Oh my gosh, I love just seeing your Abby hop up because I know that's $1 million. That's $1 million phone call. That's $1 million comment. I'm telling y'all right now. Less than 24, maybe 36 months. Y'all gonna be like, y'all wish y'all would have got your hair retwisted. Y'all would have wished when listen, I'm telling you, G always got my back. I always have G's back no matter what the situation is, because G is always here for me. But anyways, how you guys feeling out there? You know what I'm saying? And how are you guys feeling? Audrey just said, how's my favorite Christian Muslim Jew? He is doing great. He is doing excellent. I apologize, Audrey, for not talking to you today. I saw you come into the classroom, but it was like a lot of commotion going on. There was a lot of things I was trying to catch up on, so I apologize for not saying something to you. You know that's not my usual speed. That's not my usual speed at all. At all. You know, I got to make sure. Let me make sure y'all know right now. You know, I got to let them know. Let me make sure I'm live on all platforms. Make sure that Instagram's going good. Making sure that YouTube's going good. Make sure Facebook's going good. I have to make sure all the platforms are going good. Jeez, I'm sorry, G. I didn't know my hair looked that crazy. Jonathan, you had another blessed day, man? You had another blessed day? Talk to me about it. You know what? Before we get this show cracking, let's get it going with another 1 to 10. For those who tap in with us, this is a little game we play here on the Mohammed Cook Show, better known as 1 to 10. 1 to 10 is really simple. 10 means that you had the best day of your life. 1 means you had the worst day of your life. So somewhere between the middle of all that, you have figured out you have given yourself a scorecard, a report card rating on that day. What number value would you give your day? See, the reason why I do this is because I want to know how y'all feeling. Like, are you guys feeling optimistic? Are you feeling pessimistic? Where are we feeling today? Where are we feeling? Because in this process, I'm able to understand. I like to read and talk to you. Also want to let you guys know, listen. What happens if you sneak a dog into a hotel room? I have no idea, bruh. That's interesting. Oh yeah, you know I'm live on Facebook. I'm an adult. That's where adults be. And a lot of my conversation, you guys know, to call a spade a spade. It'd be kind of adult because I'll be talking about parents and stuff because y'all know, Ablo. I mean, that's the core of my life. That's the core of my life right now. Listen, what happened? I'm going to go back to have a blessed and wake up to live and well. There you go. There we go. I love to see it. I love to know that, oh, there we go. I accidentally zoomed in perfectly. Okay, it started as a 2 and it progressed to a 9. All right, I like that. I like to see this. I like to have these conversations. I like to know that you guys are feeling better. Listen. What else has been going on, you guys? Before I tell you about my weekend and my day, because you guys know Monday episodes are my favorite episodes because it gives me a chance to just rant about the entire weekend. It gives me a chance to rant about what's going on. Like, it just gives me a chance to just talk. So I love Monday episodes because the weekend update is kind of like my SNL weekend update. It's just one of those things. Let me move my screen over so I can see to make sure if a live falls or fails or anything like that, I can still see everything on the screen. But anyways, listen, I'm gonna walk you guys through my weekend. So for those who aren't really like part of the community or new to the community here, essentially this whole show is designed around me just talking about how I'm going to make it to the next step of my life. Sometimes things go in the right direction. Sometimes things go in the wrong direction. But nonetheless, it goes in a direction. Now, those who have known me for long periods of time, you guys know I'm a transparent person. I tell too much of my life too often. But you know what? I realize this is the life I want to accept. This is the route I want to take. You know what? I'm just going to have to give it up honestly, just to be fair and square. Love you too, G. I'll catch you on the flip side. Understand, this past weekend was honestly, or at least the past 5 days was so cool because, listen, every week I find myself repeating the same things, but it gives me a glimpse of what I want my future to be like, right? So Thursday and Friday, I found myself in Arvin and Shafter. Mind you, I've never consciously been to these cities. I probably visited at one point back during my Quince era, but like this past weekend, I was able to work 2 gigs. Now, luckily, I was booked these gigs by a very close friend of mine. So this is a prime example of not what you know, it's who you know. But more specifically, it's who you know and how you treated them. See, over the time and over the past few years, some of my friendships have been there longer. Some of them have been short. There's no telling how, like, I can't put a measurement on how long they've been there. But, like, I've always made a conscious effort with an exception of exes, because I ain't worried. Listen, if you an ex, I try to be respectful as possible. Try to be respectful as possible, but I just can't do it all the time. But, like, it gave me a chance to book some gigs. Now, I was able to book some gigs under this company better known as Grow. Now, bear with me. These are middle school promotions, which for me seems so crazy because I didn't think that moving from middle school to high school deserves a round of applause, but I guess it does. Like, understand, my high school didn't even have that. We never really had a promotion kind of thing. But nonetheless, I'm not complaining. I was able to work a gig and I was able to bust my ass, okay, and make some dope content out of it. After everything gets viewed and cleared and everything, remember, I'm going to be posting all my work on my page very soon. I'm going to be finding ways to put it out there to remind y'all, like, yo, I really be with the video shits. Like, this, I really does this. Like, this is really my life. This is not a front. This is me. However, at the promotion, I was able to meet CEO. He was able to meet a couple CEOs, suits, and things of that nature. And I really had to use my personality in my favor because you know what? I know for a fact there's 1,000,001 videographers. There's 1,000,001 photographers out there. But I swear, I don't think there's anybody who can convey with as much personality as me. So I've gone essentially my entire career focusing on specifically making sure that my personality goes beyond the camera. I'm really big on customer service, and I do everything in my power to give people more than what they ask for. But I kid you not, at this gig with the baby on the way and rent doubling, I was in my bag, y'all. It was little things. I even went at a certain point on the second day. I even went into like my mini like MC mode. The MC mode. Like I found myself, I was on stage hyping the crowd up to get everybody all cheers because I can get a really good photo. Because listen, if I can capture a moment in time, I know it can lead to greater opportunities. And that's what I live by. So mind you, Thursday and Friday, I'm sitting here shaking hands, kissing babies, not literally, but you know the phrase, don't play stupid. And I was actually able to hopefully close a better deal, which kind of led me to, I really thought I thought this would be a really good content idea. And I don't know how I'll be able to get it off. And I don't think I would be able to get it off. But like, hear me out. Everyone always talks about how many jobs and opportunities there are in America, right? I'm pretty sure you heard that. People move to America because America is the land of the free, the land of the opportunity, the land of all the great stuff, right? And I said, you know what would be a really good video idea? Would be me essentially, and I'm sure somebody else has done this, but I want to do it with my own twist. It would be me applying for jobs or gigs or whatever, but doing it publicly. And in this process, if I get approved, cool. But if I get denied, still cool, because it makes great content. For some reason, I always looked at all the jobs and the gigs that I got denied over the past few years. I always thought that I looked at them as a failure. Now, obviously, there's no such thing as a failure. You just learn, yada, yada, yada. But yo, what if I make content out of the failures? I've learned that I have created my entire brand. Everything I've done in my brand has been around not off of successes, but the L's. Y'all remember? Oh, yeah, Ray just said he was out here giggling, smiling like a hoe. For sure, word to my mother. Word to my mother. If I was a woman, I would have had a mini skirt and the titties out. I would have had the top and the bottom out. For sure. I got bills. Listen, I don't judge the hoes at all. I crack little jokes, but I don't judge them. If your average small family home is $400,000, you got to let the hoes cook. You got to let them cook. You got to let them know you got to get it how you get it. Because see, don't get me started. We ain't even talking about that. We'll talk about that with the guys so we can get a little bit more toxic. But anyways, so I'm sitting here. I was like, yo, what if I was able to apply for like marketing gigs on whatever, Indeed, whatever it may be, right? And then I tell you guys what I would do with the company. And I make a video, I tag them and all this good stuff. And I essentially make a marketing strategy behind trying to get the job. You see, I've actually already done this before. I'm not sure if you guys remember a couple years ago, back when me and Key were just dating. We weren't married like we are now. I wanted to rent out his old estate, the Kevin Edwards estate, this big ass crib, right? It was beautiful because I really wanted to flex for Key. But I knew I couldn't just ask Kev like, yo, let me get the property. That sounds crazy. Yo, let me get the keys to your estate so I can make a great impression for my girl. That sounds wild. So what I did was I legit made a movie, drone shots, me talking to the camera just like this, y'all, no cap. I did this. And then what I did was I emailed it to him. I made a YouTube link, emailed it to him. And then I went on Instagram, and then I DM'd him the link. And then on top of that, I hopped in the comment section. I didn't care. I was dummy thirsty for the opportunity. Luckily, everything worked out. He was able to give me the keys. His wife was actually able to contact me, and she gave me the okay back when they had the other Edwards estate. And now this is where we are today. If it wasn't for those moments, if it wasn't for me trying to make those long videos, for me trying to make a stretch of just reaching, doing things in an obscure way, there's no telling where me and Key, and I wouldn't have my blessing of Ablo today. So then I said, you know what? If that shit worked then, why wouldn't it work now? Why am I so caught up on worried about looking like a failure? I take my weight loss journey, my whole fitness, my relationship, everything else about me is public, and we're going to come back to that. Because there has to be a line at some point on what can be public and private. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. That's my next topic. But understand, in this entire process, I was like, I'm going to essentially make mini marketing packages using ChatGPT, AI, photos, graphics, things I can literally do in probably an hour. Less than an hour, probably 30 minutes. So this gives me a chance to do 30 minutes. I can literally do an application a day, but essentially giving them a marketing strategy in the process. At a certain point, you can't not fuck with me. Especially when I'm doing it publicly, when I'm putting it on my page, when I'm telling the world, yo, this is how you get a job, or this is how you get a gig in 2023. This is it. Because listen, y'all know I've never been the one to be ashamed or be scared of anything in my life. But I was like, I'm being real pussy about creating opportunities. I tell y'all every day about how much I run. I tell y'all every day how much I love my wife. I tell y'all every day about the money I'm losing, but I'm not telling y'all every day about the opportunities it takes for me to reach the next step. And I said, you know what? I'm going to document all this because you know why? There's going to be another kid who's not too far off from me who's going to be in the same predicament. Who's going to be in the same predicament, trying to figure out a job not working, things aren't connecting, and he or she is going to feel less of themselves. So I want to make sure in this process, I'm going to show niggas, yo, this takes time. What drives me crazy is like people like Gary Vee and shit like that. And granted, he recorded all his videos. He recorded his whole wine cellar, as I call it, the wine cellar era, about how he made it to where he is today. But understand, I think it'll be different if someone literally documents every single step. If you document every single step and show what worked and what didn't, come on. Like, instead of me trying to create content, why don't I just become the content? And this is literally what I've been doing, but I haven't been applying it in the right places. It's wild. What do you guys think of the idea? What do you guys think? Let me go ahead. I'm going to hop on this phone real quick. I've been wanting to take a picture so you guys can see the other side. I want you guys to see the other side of what it takes for me to make these gigs happen, on how confusing it is. Jeez. What do y'all think? Talk to me. Document the process in that sense. Essentially, Gary Vee is a scammer. All right, I'll give you that. But listen, you can call him a scammer, but I love his books. I love how inspirational he is. We can argue the whole NFT conversation later. I don't want to do that. But what I do want to do is just talk about how he documented every single step for the most part, for him to reach the point where he's at today. Of course, there's things that are left out. But like, what if we focus on a business a day? A while back, you guys see him right here in the comment section, Phobal, right there. He in the comment section. Phobal and I, for a couple of days, I think we only did it once or twice, but what we did, we went through, it wasn't Squarespace. I don't even say it was Indeed. It was one of these websites that help you find gigs, right? And we went through every single one to figure out which one was best for me. And I said, wow, now this is tight. This is a cool idea. And as I'm recording, right? Well, I wasn't recording, but as we're going through it, I said, yo, this would be cool if I was recording this. And I said, you know what? Why don't I just make that part of the entire content? Why don't I just make that a series? Make this one of my days. Because I'm going to be recording in front of you guys every day, no matter what. Whether if I have a million things to say or I have nothing to say. This broadcasting shit, this is going to be my life. I've accepted it. This is it. Making videos as a cinema photographer, and then also making videos in front of the camera. This is what I do it for. This is it. I can't see anything else for myself. So I was like, why don't I just start recording the process? So this would be me. So let's use one for example, right? So let's say I was applying to Godox, right? Godox is the light company, is the reason why this entire set is lit up. I've spent, oh gosh, how much money? I want to say thousands. It's not thousands, but I've spent a lot of money with them just getting the perfect lighting for lighting the perfect set so you guys can have a good show or my client can have a good video or whatever the situation may be. Godox is kind of like the home of a lot of my finances. So what if we all on live together, right? And I'll do some of the research beforehand. We're not going to just start from zero. Like, I would have done a little bit of research. I would have done a little bit of the gig work to figure out which ones we're going to apply to. And then we essentially would do it together. Now, when it comes to filling out in private information like Social Security and things of that nature, I'll take it off screen, edit it, whatever we need to do. But this way, we can literally sit together and work on applications, and we can figure out and we can apply to these companies, not just for the sake of applying to a job, but also clipping it and then making a video out of it. Because this is my take on the entire situation. I would love to be an independent contractor and have a whole bunch of clients. This is not about me job hunting and things like that. I love my job. I keep making that very clear. But what I do love more is gaining clients, because clients give you a little bit more leverage. It gives you the opportunity to give you a little bit more space. It gives you, clients give you freedom in a sense, right? So even if you have the best clients, if you have 3 clients at $1,500 a month, you know what I'm saying? That's still, you are clearing almost $70,000 a year. Now, that's before taxes, of course, and paying your taxes, and that's another conversation. Now, I could talk to another finance guru about that, but that's not where we're at right now. That's what I want to talk about later on. So, to go back to my point, that's what I think we should do. Here's a perfect example right here. My dog, Ephraim, he's in the comment section right here. He said, I spent too much money on Godox. We all did. We all did, right? So Ephraim, perp.trtl. Bro, you always changing your Abby. That shit drives me crazy. Anyways, make sure you guys follow him. Check out his page. Ephraim and I have lived together for some years. I want to probably say 2 years, or at least it felt like some years, right? Me and him have gained an excellent rapport, relationship, talking about, what does it take to reach the next level? Now, with the thing about Ephraim and I is that we're still in the same kind of conversation. We're creatives and trying to figure out on our own, and at the same time, we got to keep a job because we got to keep the lights on. So what do we do? So we kind of do this dance behind client work and work and kind of just floating around on trying to figure out what's the best fit for us. So in this entire process, Ephraim, he busted his ass to learn AutoCAD, After Effects, Blender, to learn Blender, and he became an excellent 3D render person now. So if you guys are looking for 3D renders, that's my guy. This is a long commercial just to represent him. Now, essentially, it would have been interesting if he actually recorded the process and what it took for him to nail the jobs he got. Because Ephraim, to call a spade, he honestly killed it. He knocked it out the park. That boy graduated college and said, damn, these are my next steps. It was genius. I liked it. So I was like, yo, what if Ephraim was able to give up this type of content during the process? It'd be wild, right? Wouldn't you agree? And I was like, all right, let's think about it. There's another comment in here from my dog, my executive producer, better known as Mr. Foble. Foble said, he said it best. He said, I've been telling you to start a YouTube channel like this. I'm literally following through with it. But the thing about it, this is what I want you guys to understand. My biggest thing in life right now is time, right? So when I think of creating a YouTube channel, I'm thinking of like these long format videos. I'm thinking of this editing, and I'm always thinking about how do I create a workflow that's cohesive to where I can essentially create and drop a video within a 2-hour span, because that's all I really have Monday through Friday. All I have is 2 hours a day to dedicate to my dream. Now, if I'm able to, and don't let client work come in, which is very important, then that takes away even less. For example, Thursday and Friday, you guys, there was no show on Thursday. You know why? Because I had to go work the gig in Shafter. So my biggest thing is, how do I create a show that it allows me to record and I can just put B-roll over on top? Or why don't I just become the show while it's happening live? So that's essentially what this is. So as we're speaking right now, this takes me into the next chapter of my weekend update. I spent this Saturday night in this studio, but not doing anything fun, not decorating, not painting, not doing the flowers, not plants, even though all my plants do need watering, but it's another conversation. I had to sit up and try to figure out the best solution for me to be able to record my audio. You see, you guys see this mic and this whole rig setup and things like that, but the issue with it is that it only allows me to record to the stream. I can't get my videos in vertical format. And you'll be like, what's the big deal with that? I can't upload my videos like they are on Instagram. I want to get a high resolution video that's already vertical. That's the goal. That's what I've been trying to do. So essentially, what I decided to do in this entire process is I've been trying to find the best audio solution, how I can hook up a cable, one that's recording to the camera. And stay with me. If you guys aren't camera people, I apologize, but just stay with me real quick. We're gonna hop out of this. We're going to go into how much does it cost to support kids, but just stay with me. So I've always tried to think about how do I able to get the audio crisp to the show, right? While you guys are watching live right now, right? I'm seeing you. Keep on commenting. I'm loving it. Keep the conversation going. But then how do I record this same audio to the camera? So I've literally tried countless solutions, you guys. You can ask my wife. I was in here until probably 11 o'clock. Now, mind you, I only got here around 8. So I was able to give 3 hours because I'll explain what I did for the other portions of the weekend. But in that entire process, I was trying things, YouTube tutorials, going here, going there, and it was honestly frustrating. I found myself, hence the last episode, doing push-ups on the ground because I was getting so frustrated. Because I'm like, yo, this is the only way I'm able to get my dreams going. But it's more than the dreams. It's about getting the dreams happen in a timely manner, yada, yada, yada. So anyways, slowly but surely, I think I softly have a solution. Now, it's not 100%. I'm still getting a little buzz. How's my audio sound on you guys' side? Everything sound good? Because if you guys can see the camera on my side, it looks crazy. I got rigs coming out of ports, coming out of things, coming out of there. It looks like a rat's nest on my desk right now. Can you guys hear me clear? Because no one's complained about anything, so I'm assuming everything is good, but whatever. So essentially, I think I finally have my solution. So the moment we finish this episode, I'm able to, right here on the spot, go ahead. I'm going to be able to go ahead and upload this straight to YouTube in a vertical format video, which is essentially what I'm trying to do. So every day I can drop a video. Every day I can drop a video. By the way, are you free to thrift this Saturday or Sunday? Yes. Well, I'll clean the, hold on. I'm going to come back to this, you guys. Let's do, hey, Fobo, let's do Saturday. Let's do Saturday morning. Because Sunday I got to go to church and then Father's Day. Yeah, so let's do Saturday. I am. Let's do it. I'll text you so we can come up with a good time. But, you guys. So essentially, the whole reason why I haven't been able to execute this channel the way I wanted to is because I don't have the infrastructure. I have to be able to record and go within a 2-hour period, 4 to 5 days. 5 days during the weekday. 2 hours a day during the weekdays and probably only 6 hours a day on the weekends. That's it. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. So I'm essentially trying to cram my entire dreams into only probably 30, 40 hours, which is only a part-time job, but I have to make it the most efficient 40 hours there are, whatever the right grammar is, whatever, right? So anyways, which takes me back to the overall weekend. So this weekend was pretty cool. This weekend I did something that led me to think, yo, because we always talk about money every day, but money on Mondays always, because this whole episode is really supposed to be about finance. Well, not all of it, but I like to talk about money on Mondays. This past weekend, I was able to go to the Rabobank Arena, right? And at the Rabobank Arena, they was having a dance recital. Now, Mohammed, what are you doing at a dance recital? Clearly, Ablo doesn't dance. He doesn't even walk, yada, yada. What the hell are you doing here? So I said, you know what? One of my students invited me from Garces, and they said, you should come check it out. Now, in my head, I'm thinking this ticket is about to be $10, no big deal, yada, yada, yada. I pull up, yo, they charging $30 at the door. $30 at the door of a dance recital. So anyways, I'm sitting here watching this dance recital. They did this disco thing, this disco inferno in the beginning, and then it transitioned to this ballet, which was cool. I respect it. It's an art form. Now, I can't say I understand dance. Does not make sense to me, but it's not for me to understand. There's a lot of art forms I don't get. I just add that one to the list. Because I'm sure there's a lot of art forms I do that other people are like, yo, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. But listen, that's just me. Art is open to the interpreter, whatever. All right? So stay with me. So anyways, I'm sitting here and I was like, yo, I had to start asking questions. So I started asking, I said, yo, asked the guy that left me, I said, yo, my man, do you understand what's going on? He looked at me with eyes the size of golf balls, like. So then I said, okay, maybe I'm the only guy here who doesn't really maybe it's a me thing, right? Maybe I'm all in my head. So I asked the guy to the right of me, I said, yo, do you get what's going on around here? He said, bro, I have no idea. I don't get it. The ballet don't make no sense. Now, mind you, I had to ask the follow-up question. On my way out, I asked, how much is this program? Mind you, listen to me. The Rabobank seats 10,000 people. 10,000 people. Now, did they fill 10,000? Obviously not. But understand how much it costs to fill the Rabobank. Mind you, each kid on that stage is a minimum $2,000 a month. I said, what the fuck? $2,000 a month? Now, it wasn't like these kids are on their way to being Misty Copeland. For those who don't know, she's a ballerina, yada, yada, yada. Some of these kids, you can tell they are strictly doing it as a pastime, which took me to my overall thought, how much does it cost to support your kid? And how long do you have to support them? Now, before I go and complain about the cost of everything like I do every week, understand, I was about to sit in this hot seat and just go, you know what I got an issue with? And I realized, oh my God, wait, Mohammed, you played hockey as a kid. You played ice hockey. For those who don't know, ice hockey is such an expensive sport. Before you even get to the actual season, which is expensive as shit, you have pads that you have to exchange. If you have to get your skates sharpened. Skates alone are going to run you $400. That's just skates. That's just hockey skates. You got to get pads. You got to get the quad things. You got to get the shoulder. You go through 2 sticks, 3 sticks. It's crazy. Listen, I know. I lived my life as a white kid. I did all the white shit. I played water polo and freaking ice hockey. So understand. But it led me wonder. I said, yo, how much did I cost my dad as a kid? Because I was just doing simple math here. I'm looking at all these kids on the floor, and I'm like, yo, if it's $2,000 a pop, and I've seen about 100 kids, that's this person, whoever runs this studio, is making about $200,000. This is the cold part about the game. It's a 4-day show. It's a 4-day show. And each group is different. So understand, you're probably clearing $500,000 in tuition from these dance kids. That's crazy. The game is to be taught, not told, if that makes sense. I said, yo, whoever owns this studio is racking up. And then I started looking around the venue and I said, yo, there has to be at least 200 people in here. That's another $6,000 they made at the door. I said, yo, how much does it cost to support a kid? Now, mind you, I'm doing this hyperactively, thinking about my childhood while this is going on. I'm thinking about myself. I'm thinking about my dad, who I don't know how he did what he did for me to play hockey. And I'm thinking about the parents in here. Granted, I know some parents got it. They got liquid. They're liquid $2,000. They can blow $2,000 to watch their kid do spins, right? But what about the ones that aren't? How long as a parent are you supposed to keep yourself in a financial chokehold until you realize, yo, this is a lost leader? This is a lost leader. Because I could not wrap my head around this at all. I'm not going to disclose any names, but a peer of mine also, he spends about $2,000 a month just in dance recitals a month. And that's before competitions. He said he spent about $200 that weekend alone in tickets and competition. How long you got to support these kids, bro? Like, when do you got to be honest with yourself and say, yo, my kid's just not going to be Wayne Gretzky? How many thousands of dollars do you have to put into the operation until you got to say, this just doesn't make sense? When they always talk about parents having to do what they got to do to make it happen, I said, oh shit, I'm at that age. I'm doing that. That's why I'm a janitor. That's why I'm doing all these things. I used to just say that fly shit like, yo, I'm working for my kid, yada, yada. But now I get it. It's not necessarily to put clothes on their back and food in their stomach. Nigga, it's about all the other things, all the extracurriculars. No one talks about how much it costs for extracurriculars for a kid. These kids is getting expensive. I used to wonder why all the black kids play basketball. How come none of them play hockey? Yo, some of these sports are put in place. Oh yeah, and I played golf my whole life. Some of these sports are put in place. These price points are put in place just to separate the types of social classes per game. That's why you never seen black kids as an equestrian. I don't know a nigga with a horse. Correction, I know a nigga with a horse. That is it. But he's not even black. He don't count. And I just met him out here in Bakersfield. Shouts out Austin, bro. I love you, man. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Like, how much do you got? How much time do you have to put into these kids? How much do you have to spend on these kids until you realize, yo, this might just be a loss leader? At $2,000 a month, I know that's a mortgage, bro. When do you just say, yo, and I don't know, I could be talking to the wrong audience here. I'll accept that. This could be falling on mute ears. But or deaf ears, excuse me, whatever the phrase is, right? But I just want to know, at a certain point as a parent, when do you say no? No. Because honestly, bro, for the life of me, I'll never understand. I will never understand how this operation goes afloat. Club basketball. Oh, club basketball. I didn't even think about that. Well, I don't know why I'm not getting comment sections up here. This sucks. I'm getting them right here. I'm sorry. If you guys been talking this whole time, I'm sorry. This whole time, yo. Has it been frozen on my end? That sucks. Did I accidentally close this? I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. I apologize. This is because I'm getting the comments over here. I don't know. I apologize. I don't know. Listen, we haven't, once again, another technical difficulty, but we'll figure it out. Listen, the show must go on. I feel like whatever. But anyways, I want to talk to you guys. Listen, how much did your parents, guardian, whatever, how much did they spend on your entire operation? How much did they spend investing on you? And how many of you are still doing the thing that your parents invested in you in? Listen, my dad is, or more specifically was, he ain't really shooting no more, but he was the photographer, videographer. And mind you, my first camera I bought myself. All my cameras, not my first, all my cameras I bought myself. I didn't ask for any investment. Now, mind you, this brother has probably spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on hockey. Water polo, he didn't spend that much. He didn't spend any money. I spent my own money there. Golf lessons. Now I was at the First Tee. For those who don't know, that's a hood program. Shouts out the First Tee. It changed a lot of niggas' lives. It changed the projection of where they are going to be going with their future. So shouts out to the First Tee. Man, but seriously, like how long you got to do this? How long you got to do this? And I'm not saying it's like Ablo's not going to get everything he's not going to get everything he wants, but I'm going to provide enough opportunity from him to excel. Because I thought about that. I was telling Key, I was talking about how expensive all this shit is. You know what a fear of mine, but a joy is at the same time? If you guys don't know, if you haven't figured out by now, I have an obsession with automobiles. I would do anything having to do with automobiles. I'm sold. I love cars. I love cars, right? And then I thought about, I said, yo, what am I going to do? What am I going to do if my son loves cars? But what if he loves cars so much he wants to be in go-kart racing? I'm not sure if you guys know anything about go-kart racing, but it's probably one of the most expensive sports that you can ever play, especially as a kid, because there's travel, there's maintenance, you essentially, you're forced to be your own mechanic. There's one of my students' one of my students, actually, her family's in racing. And mind you, his entire life is evolved around his daughter's drag racing. I'm not sure if you guys understand. It's like, so I asked myself, it's a fear of mine, because it's like, yo, if he really wants to fuck with cars, I'm going to have to fund that project. And also on the other side of it, I love cars, so I'm really going to be torn. This is a beautiful fear to have. Don't get me wrong. I'm beyond excited. If this is my fear, then damn, I'm doing a good job. That's the only true fear I have. So I'm making sure I'm doing everything in my power to have the bread to where if he decides, you know what, yo, dad, I'm trying to drive, I can provide that. I can provide that. Now, this is what grinds my gears a little bit. Let's just say hypothetically he doesn't want to drive anymore, and I've already put $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 into this entire operation. Now I'm pissed. Is there any form of exchange? I'm gonna read some of the comment section, because like literally I've been missing all the comments, you guys. My screen froze on this side. Foble, you says depends on what you can afford on the kid's talents level. If you suck at golf, then you're getting thrift store clubs, not tailor-made. Fair. That's good. He said, Ray said, football is touching $1,500 for me, and my brother and sister in cheer is probably close to $2,500. Listen, this is crazy. This is crazy. And how much it's costing just to be a parent. It's expensive, and not off the what we think it is, off of food. Like food and shelter is its own beast. We talking about extracurriculars here. We are talking about extracurriculars. Yo, $2,500 a month for extracurricular is crazy. It is crazy. That is another mortgage. I can buy another property, or I can have a kid who wants to do cartwheels in the middle of the floor. Whatever, right? Yo, that would be kind of sick, though. If my son was doing gymnastics, we out of here. We out of here. We are out of here. Not everybody can be Speedy J. If you guys don't know, it's a popular little pee-wee football kid player out here in Bakersfield. Whatever. Listen. I don't know. That's kind of like that's the end of my rant with that. I didn't really. I think I obviously I dragged this a little bit, but yeah, I just when I'm sitting here watching all these parents watch their like preschoolers, essentially, like these kids, some of them are preschoolers, and they're just rolling around on the floor on the Rabobank Arena. I'm like, yo, they're spending $2,000 a month to watch their kids softly do a front flip. It's not to do a front roll. It's not even a flip. It's a roll. And I'm like, it made me wonder, do some parents really think they're getting a return on their investment here? And then my other question was, how much money do people have? On both sides of this coin, are people straining themselves for this? And the other side of this, do some people just have so much money they can afford this? It's such a weird world we're living in. I swear, things have never been the same since 2009. I think the recession, the house recession, really just fucked up the perception of a dollar. I think everyone forgot how much things really cost. If you guys want any insight on that, I haven't watched the movie yet, but I keep hearing about it, called The Big Short. They talk about the housing recession of '09, whatever, yada, yada. But I really think we live in such this inflated world, digitally, financially, that no one even really knows what's real and what's fake. Because at $2,500 a month, my kid needs to go to the Olympics. And if my kid does not go to the Olympics at $2,500 a month, yo, you should have the right to say, I ain't fucking with you no more. I ain't fucking with my kid. That's crazy. Bro, my parents were taking care of 5 kids. Groceries were $600 twice a month. It's wild. It's wild. I'm going to come back to Phobos' comment, you guys. Side note, I know I haven't been doing my weigh-ins, but you just got to trust me on this. I've been losing weight. Like, for real, I have. But I've learned that's this is a segue out of kids fitness into adult fitness, being myself. I've learned I got to do like more of a body mass index kind of thing. So I don't know. I need to know what percentage is muscle versus body fat. I think that's where I need to focus. It shouldn't just be losing weight. I'm not like a fucking, I don't know. Like, I just got to lose weight. That's not enough for me anymore. I need to be more specific about where I'm going with my fitness, which actually takes me to a point, you guys. One of my students, Sophia, she's amazing. She's not even in my class, but she comes to visit every day. She's one of the cross-country athletes at Garces. I asked her, I said, yo, what's your training regimen? Because I want to reach a certain point. I want to get my pace down. Right now, you guys know I'm very slow. I run these miles, but y'all never ask how long it takes me, right? So I'm doing a pace of probably around a good day, 10:09. Doing a 10-minute mile, which I think is gross, right? Like, professional Olympic is like half that. If you're like a high school student, you're probably doing a 7-minute mile, 8-minute mile. Honestly, my goal is just to be in the 9-minute miles. I want to be in the low nines, if that makes sense, like 9:30s or 9:15, 9:30. That's what I want to pace on a mile within 12 months from now, right? So I'm taking my time with it. So I talked to her, and she's been an athlete. She's been in cross country for a very long time. And I asked her, I said, yo, what do you do? What do you do to get your time down? And then she was giving me all her like workout regimens, things like that. But then I learned about these things, and call me stupid, whatever. You may not, some of you may understand, some of you won't. But she said, you got to do these things called sprints, right? And I'm like, sprints? I couldn't really quite understand. So apparently a sprint is like you running full speed for a short interval of time. Like, you have to do these things, like you have to dedicate a day to doing sprint training, right? Now, I have an ego, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to throw sprints in at the end of my run today, because I was like, she don't know what she's talking about. I ain't never been so wrong about anything in my life. Never in my life. Y'all, I started doing sprints, right? Like through CSUB, that's where I kind of do a portion of my running. Y'all, when I got done, by the time I barely made it home. By the time I got home, I thought my quads were going to melt off of my legs. And I did not understand what the fuck it means to be a track star. Yo, if y'all know anybody, listen, fuck that. This is the Hana and Justin. Whole new level of respect for what the fuck y'all do. Because you know what? This sport is crazy. I'm asking the athlete, I say, yo, how do I bring my time down? She says, you got to run more. I said, but I already run. She says you got to run more, though. These things called sprints should be illegal. They should be illegal. I was talking big crazy about Sha'Carri, all these things. They ain't real athletes, yada. Yo, nah. Track is the hardest sport. Gymnastics. Water polo's up there, but it's a different type of strength. But track and gymnastics, but really the track, y'all crazy. To want to play this game, to want to run in these events, even the hundreds, I didn't know what these meters meant. I used to just say them. I was lying. The jig is up. I thought I knew. My whole legs hurt, quad, ass, everything is inflamed. It's wild. So anyways, I ended up doing my whole little run thing, right? Thought I was big sexy, right? Thought I was getting in my Owens bag, right? Trying to, just trying to be sexy about what I'm trying to do with my future, right? Trying to get my body right. Bro, Phobos says run 16-200s. I'm not running no 16-200s. That's crazy. No. She told me I should do about 10. She said 10, try them doing uphill, maybe on the grass. It'll help them take the impact off your ankles. I said, yo, I'm not doing that. She said, imagine what actual sprint. Your hamstrings will be screaming. It's crazy. And then hurdles, the idea of jumping, running full speed, crackhead activity. Track stars are glamorized crackheads because there's no way you want to do that on a daily basis. I have a whole new respect for track and field. I thought my little couple mile runs was doing something. I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't doing a damn thing. Because now that I have become acclimated into trying to become an adult athlete, which is different than a kid athlete. Kid athlete, energy's on your side. Body mass is on your side. Weight loss, diet, nutrition is on your side. You get older, nigga, everything is against you. You feel every single step. Right now, I'm in pain. Just the thought of it got my knees flaming up a little bit. But anyways, I'm telling you guys this whole thing. Oh, she said, I got scars from that. I run with a parachute or a sled. Hell nah. Hell nah. Yeah, I'm not doing, like, this is crazy. Maybe I should do a parachute. That would be fun. That would be fun. I can run with a parachute. I'll try that out. I'm going to 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 try that out. I'll do that later, though. Probably during the winter or something. I don't know. But listen, what ended up happening today as I actually started doing the sprints, and I'm sure you guys know, any of those who have been a D1 athlete or been any type of collegiate athlete, most schools, for the most part, now you're either a Nike school or Adidas school. The school that my school was, and it was Nike for like a glimpse. And shouts out to anybody who has any throwback Nike CSUB gear. I don't know why I got rid of my jacket, but whatever. But most schools got these Adidas Continental track shoes. Now, what I ended up doing when I ended up leaving Campus Park, a house probably from 2 houses ago, what I ended up doing was I think I ended up trading some labor with Lito, one of my former roommates, for his shoes. Now, mind you, I loved his shoes because the shoes I had before that, I literally tore them from running so many miles in them. And mind you, I love these shoes so fucking much. And I've been trying to replace them, but I can't find another pair like them. And I did buy a pair of actual running shoes at one point, but I lost them somewhere in the homeless move, whatever. So anyways, I was running so aggressively today. You guys, I tore the inside of the shoes. I tore them. I was literally jumping out of the shoes. I was so aggressive on my feet that it got so bad. I'm really flat-footed that I'm bad flat-footed that I even got a callus on the side of my foot. And then I finally accepted the fact. I was like, you know what? It's cool. We have got to come. We got to get some new shoes. But y'all know me. When it comes to fitness gear, for the most part, I don't like to buy it. So I said, you know what? Why don't I turn this into a content thing? So what I'm going to be doing, probably starting Wednesday, because tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to offer people the opportunity. I'm going to do a video. You can essentially, not a GoFundMe, I'm going to sponsor a mile of my weekly runs for every $1 you donate, right? So every day, I'm going to do a run. And if you give $1, at one point at one of the miles, I'm going to stop and be like, yo, this mile is dedicated to, let's just say, who's in the live right now, right? So let's just say we got Vanessa, right? Vanessa gives me $1, right? So I start my run, I do my first mile, we get $1. Boom. This first mile is dedicated to Vanessa. Make sure you guys go follow her. And then we keep on doing our run. And my goal, because I don't know how much the shoes I saw at Big Five, I think they only wanted $50, but I don't know how good of a shoe that is. And now that I'm really getting more into fitness, I think I should get a better shoe. But I'm going to literally save up by doing sponsorships on my stories and or my page. I haven't come up with a simple system for it yet, but people can literally donate to just see themselves on my page, and I would literally shout them out, do a post, whatever it may be. And I'm going to be doing sponsorships until we're able to raise up enough money for me to get another pair of running shoes. Now, here's the thing. I'm going up against time because my other shoes are torn, and I'm playing a dangerous game. Now I'm playing the double sock game, and I know that can't be safe. But I got to trust the process. Because look, y'all, everybody wants to flex their successes on social media. Look, I bought a new car, bought a new house, got a new nigga, got a new bitch, whatever it may be. But I'm going to talk about the L's so we can talk about the coming of age story, the coming of Mohammed, this whole thing we call life, adulthood. I want to broadcast this shit publicly. So I'm going to be doing it with my little dollar sponsorships. I think that's genius. I think this is a cheap way. I think this is a cheap way for people to just be able to support. Sometimes it's not about buying a hoodie or buying a t-shirt. I'm pretty sure y'all peeped it, right? It's not about buying that. Sometimes it can be about just supporting $1. $1 makes a difference. $1, I don't know. I haven't come up with a campaign for it, but it's going to be my entire campaign. I'm going to post in my story, but just $1, you cash app to me, whatever it may be. Oh, shit. The first one came through. Vanessa sent $1. Oh, shit. Cool. All right. So tomorrow's run. Oh, shit. So tomorrow's one is I'm lit. It's lit. It's lit. All right, cool, bet. And also what I'm supposed to be doing, I didn't even get a chance to. I recorded the video on what I was going to be talking about today. I never got the chance to put it out. But what I'm going to be doing at the end of every promo for the video on Monday through Thursday is I'm going to be putting at the end, today's episode is sponsored by blank. So that person will literally, you can sponsor an episode. And then you're also dedicating, you're sponsoring a mile. I think it's a really cool idea. I think it's a cool system. But at a dollar price point, it can't be that bad, you know? I believe in I have to work on my crowdsourcing, crowdfunding. I think that's really important as somebody who's a content creator. It's not about saying you have something for a really high price point. What can you do for a really cheap price point? A lot of my students at Garces, they can even afford the dollar price point. They can do that. You see what I'm saying? So that way, this new system I have in place, it lets me be able for people to be able to invest at all ages. I think that's the sole reason why Obama became Obama back in the day, because he was able to come up with a campaign that anybody can donate. You felt comfortable. You didn't have to be a big investor. You have to have big pockets in order to donate to his movement. But yeah, that's everything we got going on in the future. That's something, as soon as I roll out the campaign, I'm going to be very public about it. Everybody's going to know, and we're going to get this going until we get a new pair of shoes. And after we get a new pair of shoes, we'll be good to go. That's the only reason we're doing this. I was able to get my Fitbit for free. Shouts out to Killjoy. That's why I always say shout out Killjoy. But yeah. Oh shit, Lito just joined. Oh shit. It's Jose Lito. Yo, Lito, I was just talking about the shoes you gave me, bro. I don't know. Yo, if you remember what I traded to get those shoes from you, I don't know. But, bro, they literally tore today. I love those shoes. I love those Continentals so much. Those Adidas Continentals. And mind you, this whole time we ain't been lit, bro, I've been running in them every single day, bro. I can't tell you. I probably put hundreds of miles in those. I can tell you. 4 miles a day over 4. Let me see. 4, 16. 16 times 4 is what? 48, 50, 12. I don't know. My head hurts. I couldn't do the last multiplication problem. But yeah, bro, thank you again. I got to give, I got to. I had to, not the bird conversation. not the bird conversation. I can't do it. But anyways, listen, you guys, today's episode was great. I felt good delivering it. Tomorrow, I don't know what tomorrow's topic is going to be quite yet. I kind of wanted to talk about the PGA and them selling out, quote unquote. I wanted to talk about what does selling out mean. There's a lot of things I want to cover. But I don't really. What is it like to be a fan while I was pissed off? But I don't even want to take that topic because we're saving that for DDS. Yeah, there's a couple things. There's a couple things I do want to cover. A couple things I want to talk about. I got to run to the store, pick up some toilet paper. We ran out of toilet paper yesterday. Bro, thank God for bidets. If you do not own a bidet in 2023, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, bro. When you have limited toilet paper and you do not own a bidet, you are missing out on a chapter of life. If you are an adult without a bidet, I don't know how you are wiping your ass. It don't make no sense. I need everybody to go purchase bidets 2023. Let's leave the Stone Age. Let's water our ass correctly. Please. Shouts out to bidets. It means you can eat horribly and the bidet will get you right. Because stop. I'm having a shit talking conversation, literally. Damn, lost $600 because Denver won the finals. Damn, 600, bro. How much money you got, bro? You need to be investing in more cone. The fuck? If you're able to bet 600 on Denver, shit, you need to invest in some more content creators. Shit. Anyways, I want you guys to have a great evening. Thank you so much for staying here, staying and listening to me. Oh, what's the question? What's the question of the night, y'all? Shoot any random question. Shoot any random question for your boy. Shoot any random question, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer it. Whatever question you guys hit me with, and once we get our question of the night, we can go ahead and take off. Oh, speaking of which, Friday, by the way, I'm going to be talking about this every single day. Friday, I'm not going to give you the times quite yet. I'm going to be going live in the Garces classroom, but the camera's going to be me. None of my students are going to be on camera, but I'm going to literally give them the microphone, and they're going to get the opportunity to ask me any question they want, anything, and I have to answer it live on camera. So essentially, I'm going to be on and off live all day Friday. Probably it's going to be like a 9 o'clock one, an 11 o'clock one, a 1 o'clock one, and a 2 o'clock one maybe. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, I'm giving all my students the opportunity to ask me any question they want live on camera, but I'm going to be doing it while on live because I'm going to be bringing my cameras and everything. I'm going to be bringing this setup softly. Not this exact one, but the cheaper version of it. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Bet. All right. When are you getting a haircut? No time soon. I'll probably line my beard up at best. Are you going to flake on Foble for thrifting? Never. I will not. I'm excited to actually hit our tour. And in fact, Hannah, I'm very committed to this, and I'm going to record it and document it. I'm going to make a video out of it. So if anything, if it's not even about me bringing money in, it's about me kicking it with Foble so he can give me some tips on how to be a better adult, and then I can make content out of it, because that's my life now. My life is content. That's about it. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for being tuned in with me this entire evening. I want you guys to stay happy, stay optimistic, and I will see you back here again tomorrow evening to discuss whatever topic we got in mind. Yeah. Y'all just keep on being you. I appreciate it. I love y'all. I'm out.